friends, welcome to Stay Stitching. My name is Carla.
And I'm Troy.
This is my better half right here. So we are here today to talk to you about this purse. I'm going to show it to you, and then Troy is going to talk to you about it because he's the one who made it. So what happened is, I have been watching a YouTuber. Her name is LeJanero Barnes. I will link her in the description box below. If you don't subscribe to her, you really should. She's a delight. She gives all kinds of tutorials for how to do bags. She's like a bag making maniac. Plus she sews her own clothes as well. And she's just pleasant and easy to listen to. And so I can't remember how, but she mentioned something about pattern testers maybe. And I emailed her or commented it on her video that I would pattern test her for her, that Troy and I volunteered Troy without him even knowing. And so after a week or two, she sent us a pattern to test. And so this is it. This is the Clara. I'm just going to show you what all fits in here, how big it is. And then I'm going to pass the whole thing over to Troy and let him talk about the construction. So I have a Galaxy Note 8. This is just the case because we're filming on it. But it fits in here and it fits way down in here. So there's no chance that it's going to fall out. There's little side pockets over here. I have lip gloss, chapstick. I don't have anything in this one. This is a separating zipper so you can see nothing will come out of here. It has a completely adjustable strap that can be made to any length from way up here, you know, under your arm to a crossbody. And it fits a lot of stuff in here. Makeup bag, sunglasses, Kleenex, wallet, school keys. What's that game with the African?
Jenga.
No. The Mandela? Mancala. This is for my classroom. I don't know why it's in my purse, but I need to get it back with my game. Checkbook, business cards, almond butter, readers, gum, medication, all the kinds, you know, Advil, whatever, pen, car keys. That's my purse. So I do have to tell you one funny thing before I let Troy have the stage. I had mentioned to him a few days ago that I wanted one of those patio fire things. What are those called?
Fire pit. A
fire pit that you can use on your patio when you live in a neighborhood, not, out in the sticks. And so he said, "Oh, that's cool. I can make you one of those, but I have to finish my purse first." And I just thought that was so funny because Troy and I are old enough that we were raised with distinctly different gender roles. You know what I'm saying? And so, totally for our age, not surprising that he's an accomplished welder. I mean, he's going to make some kind of fire pit. It's going to be the bomb diggity. But for him to say, "But first I have to finish my purse," that was hilarious. And that's how it is around here in our life. He's going to weld us a fire pit and make his wife a purse. So there you go.
Okay, so as Carla mentioned, she volunteered us for this, and she volunteered us. There's only been one bag made so far. So I'm not sure what part of us there is, but this part of us.
I don't actually sew. I just talk about sewing.
Yeah, so Lee sent us the PDF pattern. It had printed out instructions. You printed out the pattern, cut the pieces, and put them together. And then she also had a video, and the video was really good. I don't know if I would have gotten this done just based on the pictures and the written description because it's a little hard for me. I think it's pretty basic. I picked this denim out. Thought, well, I'll make a manly purse, of course. And so I think it turned out, quite masculine. But then Carla, she found some white linen. So we picked that. And I thought if I'm just going to do blue jean type material, I would use orange thread. So it would kind of look like a pair of pants. And really, it came together pretty well. Lee's instructions had you cut all the pieces first, all the pieces except for the strap. We did that. I did that last, and then just started putting it together. The first thing that went together was on the inside, this little slip pocket. Don't look too closely at the stitching. I don't believe it's quite perfect, but it's just a little slip pocket. So you built the pocket first, turned it inside out, and then sewed it down to one of the other parts. Then the other part was a zipper pocket. So we went through Carla's stash of zippers and found this older metal tooth, kind of a slate blue zipper, and I thought that would kind of go with it. So I did that, and then I really had a hard time with the recessed zipper. You can see this is down about 1.5 inches or so from the top. I really had a hard time, and I visited with Lee via email, and her instructions weren't quite clear, and so she said she's going to fix that and show. So I ended up putting the zipper on, put it on wrong after I'd trimmed everything, so I'd already cut the zipper tape, so we had to actually go buy something for the purse. Everything else besides the zipper and this little clasp, this little circular clasp, was something that Carla already had over there in her area. So I just put it together, got the new zipper. It was kind of funny. I told Carla, well, guess what? We have to go to Joann's. You know, and then I didn't say, then we probably ought to stop at Big R or something, but I didn't say that. But got a new zipper, put that in, and I really then struggled with trying to figure out how to construct the part so it would stay in and everything would zip properly. The first time I put it in, the zipper pull was underneath, so it would have been really hard to unzip the bag unless you were inside of it. And I'm not sure if the bag's quite large enough to get inside. But then I took it apart, really pondered about it, and got it back in. I don't know if I can get the zip. My fingers aren't working quite so well. Some cool things that I learned about the way to do these corners. The pieces for this, you know, were big like this, and they had corner cutouts. And so you sewed down the sides and across the bottom and then across the top, and then pinched those corners in when they're inside out, and then sewed across that way and then cut off that excess. It was really kind of a fun thing. It took me, I think it took me about 7, maybe 8 hours to do the whole purse. Or as I like to call it, a bag. Because a man doesn't
No,
make
you
a
call
purse.
it a purse.
Yeah, I can call it a purse. And it just went together really well. I used a Singer 301 for it, and it did really well on everything until I got to the point where I was top stitching back together, and then I had the handle tabs and 2 layers of denim here, plus 2 layers of linen inside, so it was going through quite a bit, so it was really hard to get through this. And then when I made up the straps, I think I just decided this was 8 layers of denim right here. Once you fold everything over, this started out as a 4-inch wide piece that was 48 inches long. After I got it all pressed and folded and sewed down, and sewed this down real, but when I turned it over to attach this, the 301 just couldn't do this. So I just turned it a lot by hand and got it in there. I don't think it'll ever come off, but it's really not the prettiest sewing. And I did have one major mistake in the bag where coming over one of those big gathers of fabric when I was top stitching to put the whole bag together, it couldn't get across all of this, and so the machine just jumped about 1 inch. So it's really not very secure there, so don't put anything heavy right there.
Okay, I won't. If it breaks, we'll fix it on the 201.
Yeah, there we go. One of the things I learned just in some reading about it, I really like that 301 as a sewing machine. It's powerful, it's fast, it's very dependable, but it's not as strong as what you would think it is. And I think that's partly because it's an aluminum machine, so it's lighter, so that flywheel isn't as heavy.
It only weighs 17 pounds.
Yeah, so the 201, obviously slightly different mechanism, the way the needle goes up and down and the bobbin moves around there, so it's going to be a little more powerful. But I've got that white 651 coming that's all metal with a really big heavy flywheel, so I think it'll do really well on the bags. But it was kind of fun. It was just ironic that the 2 longest seams on the whole bag were the ones I had to rip out over the zipper. Oh well.
You did such a nice job. I love it. So LeJanero, I will link her YouTube channel below and her website. Her website is LeJanero.com. And I believe that this bag pattern with a extensive video class,
about an hour and a half video class,
is $9.99. I think that is a tremendous value to get that amount of instruction. And then I wanted to just put one last personal thing. I prefer light purse linings because it helps you find stuff in there. There's nothing worse than peering into a deep, dark black purse and you can't find anything. So that's why I chose white. Some of you might be thinking, why the heck would you put white linen in your purse? It's because I really do want a light color in there. And if it gets grungy, I might just, you know, I can throw it in the washer. And besides, nobody's going to be looking inside my purse to see if it's grungy. And so you might look and see if I've gotten your beautiful purse grungy. So that's all we have for you today. I just wanted to kind of brag on Troy for making me this fantastic bag. I have been wanting to make bags for a while now. I even bought the last Bag of the Month Club, and one of the bags in there he is making right now. It's a messenger bag. I think it's called the Ravenwood. And have I made any of those bags? I don't think so. But anyway, you guys have a fantastic day.